Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd. So she's in a crisis. So we're back to shaky cam today because this part of my office is kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. So you can see behind me, like here's my desk. There's way too much on my desk right now. And then this has obviously just filled up. And I've got like a stack of books here between the windows. So like desk, books, and then this is a bookshelf on the inside. That's what I use it for. Um, but these books don't fit in it, the ones that are on the floor, but they're also kind of in the way as well. I have this beautiful shelf that I got at an antique store. I'm going to show it to you in just a second, that I really think should go here. And I'm going to move these books to a better spot that hack me off less. So, because I can't get to any of them when I want them, because I actually read my books. I know, weird, right? But there's so much stacked on this shelf here that I can't really see it displayed well. If I bring the other shelf in, I'll be able to display things a little bit better. So she's got a plan. So here's the plan. Let's turn the camera around. I can show you my plan. First of all, I mean, to me, this is a super messy desk, but I also just did a recording with all these little things I opened up, and that has to go back in my husband's office. But yeah, I do keep a tidy area, but it's getting a little out of control for my taste. So my garden on the desk. So here, this is what's hacking me off. I don't like this here because I feel like it's a misuse of space. That's my own ghee, which I won't be able to use until I get some kitchen renos done because I don't have a place to ferment right now, but it does not go into general family storage because that was expensive, and if it breaks, everybody in this house is going to suffer if something happens to that. But that was a Christmas present from my husband last year because he knows how much I love to cook and I love making my own kimchi. She's been using mason jars for the longest to ferment, but now I have a proper own ghee. But then, this thing here. I love it. It is my bookshelf. We've looked at it before. There's a lot of English lit in here. This is all my Asian female authors, and this in here is like all my Warhammer stuff. And then on top is Sailor Moon Land with a couple of random things. We've got Black Panther here, Serial Experiment laying there, but then the rest of it is like Sailor Moon and a couple of Transformer busts. So here's what I'm thinking. I've got next to it this space here. And you see these few inches? I need to scoot this over like 4 inches because the item that I want to put here is exactly 27 inches wide. And right now I've got 25 inches side to side. If I can scoot this over to where it touches Reboot and Sailor Jupiter down here, I can slide that shelf in right here. And then that keeps this a little bit freer. That's a box of mail I need to burn, so I'm going to go burn that today. But then that leaves me a little bit of extra space in my office overall. And then what I think I'm going to do with these books is actually find a different place in our house, like on a bigger bookshelf or stuff, and actually put them where they belong on a bookshelf. That's my plan. But come see the shelf I'm talking about. It's really pretty. So here's my beautiful antique cabinet. I picked this up in an antique store. Now the story is, and I don't know if this story is true, but the story that I was given is that the way it came to America was somebody brought it back after World War II. There are lots of stories like that. I don't know if it's true. I don't know enough about antiques to know if this is real or not. What I do know is that this is real jade inlay. I bought this. Oh, thank you, Light. I got this cabinet when I bought my house back when I lived in Nashville. I bought a brand new home and I was furnishing. And I was actually at the store where I got this was the only place in town that sold wallpaper. That's why I was really there. But they also sold antiques. So I just started wandering through the store and they had this. I don't know if I paid too much or too little for it. It's got the same kind of inlay on the sides, but what I use this for, nobody get mad at me. And yes, I know it needs dusting. But what I use this for is this is where all my like nail supplies lives. So like all this stuff for like doing my nails, which I absolutely love, doing home manicures, all of it's in here. And I had always intended to be able to do that in my office. But when I moved in, it was such a, moving in, you're not completely thinking like when I did my office at first, I was like, oh, I don't have room for it in my office. But now I think I figured it out, but it is exactly 27 inches wide. So if I can clear a perfect 27 and a half inches just to give it a little bit of gap on each side, I can slide it in there. So that's what I'm going to go try to do. So this is going to be a weird video, but wish me luck. Maybe she can do it. Maybe she can't. Choices have been made. My God. I've got a space cleared. Okay, so she's a little bullheaded. I did not take the books out of this to move it. I did take a few figures off the top, but I didn't take the books out because the time it would have taken me to take those books out and put them back just to move it 3 inches, no. She muzzled it over there, which was a little dangerous because it's an old cabinet, so we probably won't move it again without emptying it. But now, tight squeeze. Sailor Jupiter, there's 2 Hello Kitty cookie boxes down there, and those are a couple of Reboot figures. But now I think I just measured, I think I have exactly enough space here. So let's see if I can slide that shelf in. I have to bring it from another room. Is she going to empty it out to move it? No. Y'all, she got it in there. Holy cow. It fit. It's in. Zoom out. I still got to move these books. This is all stuff that goes with nail doing. But I think I'm happy. Now, I know what you're going to say. None of your furniture matches. Nope, sure doesn't. But it makes me happy. I was really proud when I was able to acquire this piece. I talked about in my last video that I just recorded, which I don't know if it'll come out before or after this one. You know, just about that nerdy motivation. Like this, just full disclosure, I think I paid $350 for this. I don't know what it's worth. But at the time that I bought it, when I had just built a home that was brand new, I was moving me and my mom in, like this was an accomplishment for me. I'm at a stage in my career where I am, how long have I been a corporate trainer now? Like 12 years or so, 12 or 13 years. And I've had to claw my way up to the top, you know? So this was kind of like a standout piece to be able to purchase. I got this from an antique store. I'm not sure it counts as an antique, but I like it anyway. You know, so this is one of the things I bought for that house as well. And just to be able to have that little bit of personal satisfaction that I was able to buy something really nice for my home. Wasn't an overnight success, but little things like this, you know, that just make us happy. Now, I'm not from Japan. I don't know the original use of a chest like this, but I can say I definitely admire the details and the beauty of it. These are, now that we're in better light, you can see the delicate inlays. Back there, there is a scene with a swan and a cherry tree. All of that is embossed with jade and other precious stones. There's a scene over here. I can't quite see it. It's a cherry tree. And then on the other side, let's see if we can go. Yep, there's my trash can, my work bag. And there's another scene on this side as well. So it's a gorgeous piece of furniture. I only know the story of how they say it came to America. I don't know if it's true or not. But however it got here, thank you to whoever the artist was who created this, because it's absolutely gorgeous. I respect it. I'm very proud to have it. I'm glad to have it in my office and in my home. Now, let me do a little bit of work to get reorganized, and let's see how things look after. Okay, so I think I have reached maximum copaestheticness in my, that's not a word, in my office. If you can say it, it's a word. So, I'm going to scoot to the center in my chair that has a new bottom to it. So I'm so happy. I got a new base for my chair. She's 6'1", and she's not 98 pounds. So we had to fix this chair. So let's check out what I did. Check out what I did. Why does it always start zoomed in? All right, so got the desk beautifuled. I don't like stuff under the desk, but that's like my travel work stuff. So that's the bag I take to the airport. That is the purse that I use because they match. But that's only for travel. So that's why it has to live there. But desk is clear. I didn't want to put any more blocking stuff on this wall because it's got the manga wall. But I did have to move my fruits basket wall scroll. What I'll probably end up doing is scooting wall scrolls up and putting this over there because I like to see as much of the manga wall as possible. So Warhammer goes here. That is my case right now. Eventually the room that's on the other side of this wall is going to be a game room in our house. So stuff like that, all my gaming stuff will end up in there. So I'm not too worried about it right now. But this was the big project. So that moved to the side. And then all of my stuff for doing my nails is in here. Now, I know you're probably thinking, girl, do you need all of it? Yes, I do. There's nail stuff in there. There's nail stuff in there. That whole bottom, stuff for nails, stuff for nails. But I was able at least to move a few of my newer figures and find them a home. So Power's back there. I haven't even been able to look at that Black Panther comic and figure my husband got. He got me that for Christmas. No, a birthday. Christmas, the year we started dating. So that was really cool. He knew that I wanted a Black Panther Funko Pop, but he didn't know which one. So he bought all of them. He's a great. I also got him a wash and cure station for 3D printing because he's really into that. So yeah, and then this past Christmas, I got him a new 3D printer. So yeah, we're pretty equal on the nerd gifting. But then up here, I can now see all of my SH Figure Arts Sailor Moon figures, which that makes me super, super happy. So that let me clear up the space, make it look better. And this is that wall scroll I keep talking about that came from Disney World that I got myself. That's what got me. I went to Epcot and I went into they have the countries. That's what Epcot is. It's representation from around the world. Now, you shop, you try food. It's great. And I went to the Japan section. And I thought it was just all snacks, the end of the place that I went into. And then I swung around the corner and that was staring me in the face. And I was like, whoop, they got me. But I actually really, really love that wall scroll. Because I had some others over the years, but I've given them away. And so they've now been replaced. But I'm super happy with this. Scrolling around the office, like Warhammer, my 2 current boxes are down here. And then that is, of course, my D&D bag. Right now, my Warhammer game books live in there. And on top of that are D&D gnomes because that's what it's designed for. But once again, we have our game room, stuff like this, that, and probably this Ferris will end up living in there. So I don't know about y'all, but my office has to be my happy place. I know the arrangement of my office will probably give someone anxiety because it's like, oh God, there's something on every wall. I'm that way. I like to look around and see something to look at in every corner. But the way that I arrange things, as long as I can keep stuff beautiful, if it can be beautifully displayed, it's allowed. If there's not space to beautifully display it, or if I can't figure out how to do it, can't be allowed. But luckily for me, she lives in a nerd household. And as we remodel and renovate, like when we build our game room, I'll totally show that. But that's probably not going to happen until next year because we have other reno stuff that has to happen first. But yeah, just the fun times. Today was a rearrange the furniture after work day. And after doing all of that, now she's going to go to the gym. Because in 2.5 weeks, I am testing for my 6th degree black belt. So we cannot skip the gym. Do not skip leg day. Actually, today is a forms day, so it will be yoga and practicing my taekwondo forms because that's the most important part when you get to my level. Like the fighting's great, but I've kind of proven I can fight at this point. The forms are the big deal, so that's what she's going to be doing. I hope you are enjoying these peeks into my world, my office, and my collection. I know my collection looks like a lot, but I have seen collections that kick this one in the teeth. But again, I said it in the last video, never feel a certain way if your collection isn't where you want it to be. Time. It's amazing what can happen with time. And again, what's going to happen to all this plastic when I get connected to God's Wi-Fi? But until then, it's mine. And it makes me happy. So, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.